Well, here we have it. It's finally the day. We have Extreme Rules coming up soon. I know that I'm recording this and probably uploading this very late in all reality, because there's literally like an hour and a half before the event actually happens, but I figured let's fucking talk about it real quick anyways, right? Let's have some fun with it. So we're going to be giving our Extreme Rules 2022 predictions. Go on ahead and let me know what you think of my choices. What do you think? Who do you believe should and will win? And yada yada shenanigans. Get yourself strapped in, a little locked in. Set the beautiful like button, blaze for me, and don't be scared, my friends, to subscribe and join the Zebra gang. Now, the very first match on the board actually looks like it might end up being Ronda versus Miss Liv. But this could all just have been put onto the website in this order just cause, things happen like that. But let's just go in the order that they have it. So we have the very first match, Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. I feel like Liv should win. This should be the big payback, comeback, the big solidification of her being a champion, because she already did beat Ronda twice, yes, technically, but they were both won off of like kind of shenanigans, right? The first one was off of the cashing in the Money in the Bank, and then the second one was because of that kind of, we all know that you tapped out thing. I would like it and would want Miss Liv Morgan to win, but the way that they've been dealing and using Ronda seems like they're kind of trying to have her be like, I'm going to just tear through everybody again type thing. But I'm personally going to be giving it to Liv. I want Liv to win. I believe she deserves to win. Please let her win. Next up, we have Bianca Belair and Bayley in a ladder match. Oh, by the way, they're in an Extreme Rules match, which is why I feel like, there is an actual chance of Liv winning. Because weapons, Bianca Belair, Bayley in a ladder match. I feel like this might be where good old happens. I feel like this is where either Sasha and Naomi return, or Becky and Candice LeRae come to help, because they made it very apparent to make it clear. Oh, Asuka and Alexa Bliss have been taken out, so Bianca's going in alone. So who's gonna help her out while Bayley has Io Sky and Dakota Kai? So it makes sense to have Becky, if she's fully, healed. I don't know if she is or not. But it would be dope for Becky to come back and aid in this situation along with Candice LeRae, because it seems like they were kind of leading into that direction, because they had that little thing where Candice was, being greeted and congratulated and like rooted on by Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa backstage. And since the whole Triple H thing started, I don't think that they would do little things like that for it to mean absolutely nothing. You get what I mean? So I feel like that's what's going to end up happening. Becky and Candice are going to come and aid, but I do think that there is a chance that Bayley will win. But I'm rooting for Bianca. I love Bianca, but I think that there's a good chance that Bayley might win. But I'm plugging my number into Bianca winning. Right? And then then Bayley will go and deal with SmackDown's champion. Right? Does that make sense? I don't know. Or maybe she just continues and then she eventually wins it off of Bianca. Who knows? I'm putting my coins on Bianca because I love her. Next up, we have a pit fight match with Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle, who has his name back, which is really cool. This is actually a really short pay-per-view. There's only like 2 more matches after this, which is kind of wild. But I'm very sure that Matt Riddle is going to win. And I'm very sure that this is going to be the match that the White Rabbit is revealed. This has to be it, right? because ever since the whole Seth Rollins Fiend thing with the Hell in a Cell, Seth has been going further and further and further and further and further and sinking more into fucking Desiree, like, you know, like crazier and crazier and crazier. So I think that would be dope. I think that would be really cool, because you're kind of keeping the whole thing that I think Bray said it, or the Fiend said it, that when you go into a match with the Fiend, you don't leave the same, right? Unless you're John Cena, of course. But Seth was significantly changed directly after the encounter. Alexa Bliss was. Finn is now has been since he lost to the Fiend, has been a bad guy the entire time, and has been bad guy the entire time. So I mean, it would make sense. And then I don't know, or Matt just might win all on his own, who knows. But I do believe Matt Riddle is gonna win 100%. This is also a contention for possibly, if it is Bray Wyatt, the White Rabbit, which I'm still thinking and hoping that it is Bray Wyatt and it's not a bunch of red herrings. But Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. I was gonna say Karrion Sandal. I don't know why I was about to say that. Karrion Kross in a strap match. This was the only one that I actually don't have much of an answer to. I feel like Karrion has to win, since I think this is like his second match since he's come back. And to beat somebody like Drew would make sense. And Drew has entered the levels of, he can lose and people will still like him and people will still think he's a badass. People will still believe, you know what I mean? So I think that he can take this loss. So this one, Karrion Kross might win. And I've been seeing a lot of things saying, oh, what if it is Bray, he could come and then he's like with Karrion Kross. I wouldn't like that, but you know. Next up we have Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match. This one, Edge kind of spoiled himself. He was just like, my kids and yada yada, basically talking about that he's starting to want to spend more time with them because he's seeing that he's unable to, and seeing his wife's eyes and his kids' eyes and all that type of stuff. But I can't say I quit. This is going to end up having Finn Balor go after his family and calls him to say I quit, and then he's gone. That's my immediate thing. He spoiled the match for us. Sorry. And then lastly, which is surprising to me, Sheamus has become one of my favorites. I never would have thought it, but I really like Sheamus lately. Sheamus is kind of dope. As well as Walter or fucking Gunther. But it's Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. Which I don't really know what it means, but I'm assuming it means like it's basically a hardcore Extreme Rules match. Let's be completely honest. After that shambles, that loss to Gunther, I think that this win has to go to the Brawling Brutes. They basically have been, for the most part, kind of sort of been losing to the Imperium the entire time. And since this is a non-title match and kind of can be looked at as a throwaway match in a sense, I think this easily goes to them, and then it sets up to have Sheamus go against Gunther for the third time, and this time possibly win or lose, and then he moves on, you know, which I wouldn't mind him being champion, or I honestly wouldn't mind them constantly like pulling a John Cena Edge thing, and they constantly are butting heads and taking the title back and forth away from each other through really good matches and stuff, of course. So I think that'd be dope. But this goes to the Brawling Brutes. That is what I believe. Now, where will the White Rabbit appear? I can't really say. Unless they do it for the Liv Morgan match, and then they have Liv kind of take the spot that Alexa had, and she becomes like the dark baby doll demon thing. But I truly do believe it's going to be during the pit fight match because reasons. Because this is going to have to be like super choreographed. Like this is going to be this has to end up being like a pre-recorded type match, right? So this being the only possible, you know, pre-recorded match, it makes sense that you could do the weird shit start to happen with Bray Wyatt, if it's Bray Wyatt. But that's what I have. That's what I'm thinking. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment room when you guys reign supreme. Do you think that my thoughts are stupid? Let me know. And what are your thoughts and how are they better? Let me know. But that's all that I got for you. TheFlamingZebra, the best on YouTube. Signing the fuck off. Have yourselves a nice rest of your day and a nice juicy a chickadee a goddamn chop.